Hey Medialogy, welcome to the third part of the video lectures, and today all our focus will be on grabbing.
Pardon me. Eh? Oh. Mi scusi. Mi scusi.
We're gonna look at how to use XR interaction toolkits, interactors and interactables to interact with our environment and get feed and activate actions when you hover on stuff, when you enter your hand into stuff, and you move your hand from stuff, when you grab stuff, how to move stuff around, how to throw stuff around. For that, I thought maybe we can create some musical instruments and then create something that is one of the most fun things between us to do in VR, which is shooting. It is fun to shoot, so let's create a fun little gun that we can shoot stuff with using the interactors and interactables. And yeah, so let's just start, and I try to talk less this time and do more live moto. So let's see if that's possible. And to begin with, I have already opened our project, so I don't have to wait for Unity to spend ages opening the project. So this is our jazz hands from last time, and let's try to run and recap what we had from the last time. Let's hope it yeah, it seems to run. So as you guys remember, and I have put fresh batteries inside the controller. So we have the hand animations. Oh shit, tracking is fucked. But yeah, we have the hand and hand animation, which is awesome. We can rotate, we can continuous locomotion, and we can also teleport. And we can even rotate our teleport and say, I want to teleport this way, and then teleport that way. Or we can also teleport to other places like this. Yeah, so we did some nice stuff last time around, and now let's grab stuff. There we go. Oh, I should not put this on the floor. This is also my microphone. So yeah, how do we grab stuff? There, to begin with, let's create something to grab. And as you guys know, I am not a great 3D modeler, but we will try to create a table upon which we're gonna put some grabbables on. So let's start by creating a 3D cube. This will act as our table. I'm gonna call this table. This is just to show you the basics, so you guys can do it yourself afterwards. This table should maybe not be 0.7, I guess, and then 0.5. That's too much. So 0.5, maybe 0.6, and then let's make it a little bit wide. 2 on the z-axis. There we go, and then I'm gonna try to place it on the floor. Boom. Is that okay? I don't want to do much bending. I think it's okay. Cool. So this is our table. Now let us create some stuff we can grab. And what is more fun to grab than balls and cubes? And actually, we're going to talk physics. So let's try to go with some cubes because they have different ways of interacting with their environment. So I'm going to make cubes. But we can make balls and making like a basketball game or something like that afterwards. But let's make a cube, call it Interactable 1. It's going to be our Interactable 1. We're going to give it the size 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Don't know if it's too big. We're going to figure that out. Maybe it's a bit too big. Let's say 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. All right. I'm going to put it here. So, okay, let's give it a color so that we know it's so we know that it can be what you call it. So it can be distinguished from the table. So it doesn't look exactly like a table, and we don't have any material. Let's go ahead and create some materials. I mean, we are not going to go much in depth with material, but let's create a green material. Let's create some materials now that we are at it. Just gonna copy this, and this is gonna be blue, This is gonna be red, and let's have also a nice yellow. My plan is to make a xylophone of sorts in a bit, but let's make the red ish. Let's make the yellow yellowish. Let's make the green greenish, and let's make the blue. Oh, let's make the blue bluish. What did I do? There's the blue, and we make it bluish. Perfect. Cool. I mean, let's make this guy green, and let's keep the gray color on this one. Perfect. First thing first, in order to be able to let our hands interact with stuff, our hands need to be interactors. So let's see. Let's go to our XR origin. Let's check the hands, the left and right, and let's add the interactor. XR direct interact. Boom. So now, as you see on our hands, we have an interactor, and it will interact. So there is a slide layer here. You can make it only interact with interactable objects if you create a layer of interactable objects. That is nice. You can also play around with some audio events and so on. On select insert, for instance, if you press this, we can have an audio clip. So each time it's selected anything, it will play that clip, and when it exits, it play that clip, and so on. There are some opportunities with this, and you are very welcome to play around. And you know, also like Google, for instance, if you go to Google and write, what is it called, XR direct interactor. Let me pull this guy in here so you guys can see XR direct interactor. Here it is. Is it called? Yes, it's this one. XR interaction toolkit 2.01. There we go. For instance, here audio events. You can read what they do. Haptic events. You can get haptic feedback each time they trigger and so on. So look at all of this for your own sake. So play around. There are so many opportunities. But right now we want this interactable to be grabbable. Oh no, let's make it grabbable. So how do we do it? We have to make it interactable, and there are several interactables. There is the grab interactable we're interested in. There is also a simple interactable, but that is way too simple. That's not like everything that can do more or less. The grab interactable can do as well. So let's go with grab interactable. There we go, and see, automatically it gave a rigid body to our cube right away as soon as we put it in. So let's try to. So what layer mask is it part of? We put it just in default. We're not gonna do anything here. And then movement type, that is very interesting. It should be kinematic, velocity or kinematic or whatever it should be. We're gonna start with instantaneous, but we're gonna change that. Attach transform, that is something we're also gonna work on. So let's start to grab it and see how it goes. First of all, see if this works right now. Attach transform, maybe we need that here. Let's see. So we're also gonna learn an experiment together here. I think this will work. Let's have a look. There we go. Got my hands, I got the grabbable, and it doesn't work. I think it is probably because it will need something in the attach transform. So let's create a sphere of some sort. So what is wrong here? That is very weird, because we have added the sphere collider to, god damn it. Okay, I see what is wrong. These two sphere colliders are not triggered. They have to be triggered in order to trigger events. So we have to trigger it. There we go. Now it should work. And if it doesn't, then I will just stop recording the videos for today. Maybe it's not a good day. Let's see. There we go. I grabbed, and look how instantaneously it attaches itself to my hand and follows whatever I do. Yes. Perfect. So let's stop this and let's have a look at what we can do with it. Otherwise, luckily it worked. So there are different ways of like interactables. So we have this instantaneous. Let's have a read, right? Shall we? Let's read about these different ones. So it's what is it called? It's called XR Grab Interactable. XR Grab Interactable. There we go. And let's have a look at it of these types. So this one is the one we use. Set movement time to instantaneous to move the interactive object by setting the position and rotation of the transform every frame. Use this if you want the visual representation to be updated each frame. That sounds like very demanding. Minimize latency, however, with a trade-off that it will be able to move through other colliders without rigid body as it follows the interactor. What does this mean is that, so I'm moving this one, which is instantaneous. It will be super smooth, right? Super nice and smooth. However, if it hits my other objects on the table, it will totally ignore the physics. Or just be very weird physically with them, if that makes sense. So that one is also, but it's good for some things. Then we have kinematics, set movement time to kinematic to move the interactable object by moving the kinematic rigid body towards the target position and orientation. Use this if you want to keep the visual representation synchronized to match its physics state. So it's very physics based. And if you want to allow the object to be able to move through other colliders without rigid body as it follows the interactor. Okay, so it is physics based, but it will still move through other objects, like the table, I would say. Then we have velocity tracking, the tracking to move the interactable object by setting the velocity and angular velocity of rigid body. Use this if you don't want the object to be able to move through other colliders, such as maybe other stuff, it will not move through them. Use this if you don't want the object to be able to move through other rigid body as it follows the interactor. However, with the trade-off that it can appear to lag behind and not move as smoothly. Ooh, so it seems like, to me, that with this guy, we get most physics, but less smooth movement. A little bit more still physics and like semi-smooth movements and super smooth movement and no physics. So what do you guys say? Let's play around with these three guys. And how do we do that? We can do that by creating three of them. I'm gonna call this guy Interactable 2. And I'm gonna call this one Interactable 3. Gonna move it over here, and then I'm gonna move it over here, and let's give them some different colors. Maybe actually red should be this one. Can almost make it traffic light, right? Cool. So this one, super smooth. We're gonna keep it instantaneous. This one will be the kinematic, which is like middle of the two, and this one will be less smooth but super physics based. And let's just give it a rigid body to our table. There we go. Cool. So now let's try to play with these different base things. So I have my three interactables here. This is the first one, and as you see, it moves through my tape. That's it. Oh shit! Okay, I have actually my physical table in front of me, so I cannot really do much. I need to put everything a little bit higher up. So what we will do is that we're gonna make the table a little bit, maybe, yeah, 0.7. Move it up. And then move all the interactables up. There we go. Now let's try. Okay, better. This one, yeah, it still have physics, but not very nice physics. Oh, let me remove the rigid body. I think that was, I think I put a rigid body accidentally on the table as well. Remove that one. Now let me try this thing. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Because I want to be able to see. This goes through the table. This goes through the table. This will not go through the table. That was the point. I accidentally put a rigid body on it. And this one, I mean, it shows physics. Oh, I have so much crap on my table. Like physical table. This one is much more nicely physical, and I can even do, whoa, whoops. This one I cannot go, and it's like super nicely physical, as you guys can see. Way, maybe good for golf games. Oh, you guys could make a golf game. Maybe I should ask you to make a golf game. Anyways, yes. So I think you got the idea of the 3 different ways to make interactables. Now let's play around with the interactables. But before that, I will need more coffee and a short break.
Hey, dude.
Okay, fresh cup of coffee and other activities, and I'm ready to continue. So let's try to make some interactions happening with these interactables we created. And what better way to start by trying to create a musical instrument with these 3 boxes. And let's have a look at our XR Grab Interactable. And here, down here, we have something called Interactable Events. And this is where the magic happens. Like you have so many. XR Interaction Toolkit made it so easy for us without writing code, basically, to create awesome events that could take place. For instance, we have first hover enter. So that's the first time I hover into it. First hover exit it. First time I go out of it. Only first time. This is hover enter. So each time I go inside it, each time I exit it, and so on and so on and so on. Last for, I mean, and you can read about all of these inside here if you want to have a look at all the possibilities. Where is it, by the way? It's called have a look. It's called Interactable Events. Doesn't it have documentation for interactable events? Interactable. Can I spell interactable events? See the interactable events page. So thank you very much. So yeah. So what's happening here? What's happening here? What's happening here? You can read about all of this stuff in the documentation, which is super nice. What we want is to, once we poof hit it or go inside it, it should do something. So it's the hover enter. We wanted to play sound. And for that, I have, for instance, downloaded a list of xylophone sounds from freesounds.org. And I would love to attach a sound source to each of these guys. So for a second there, I'm gonna just shut this one out and then make a sound audio source thingy. And I'm going to actually need to import the sounds into this. This is the first audio files we're gonna have in this project. Sounds. And then I'm just gonna drag in my xylophone. I just drag it from my Windows browser into my Unity project. Let's see how long this will take. Boom. So here it is. If I have more sounds, then I know what to do with. Let's give it this clip. I mean, these guys could also get audio source. This guy will get the second one, and this get the third one. And we're not going to make it more complicated than that. So far, so good, right? Gonna close this down. Gonna open this guy, and we had made the hover inter, right? We want to play with the sound. So we want what we want to happen is that we wanted to actually. Oh, there's something with my OBS that was weird. I hope the video still works. But what we wanted to do, maybe I need to check if the video works now. I'm a little bit nervous. 2 seconds. Oh, everything is all right. Okay. So now we want to do something with the sound file. Okay. So what we're gonna do is to grab the audio source. I can either press here or no. If I press here, then I can open everything. Holy shit. That was not the best idea because everything is here. What I want to do is actually take this guy and go up there and put it here. Boom. So what I want to happen is that this audio source should play its thing when I enter it. And I want the same thing to happen with these two other guys. So hover insert. And then, of course, it should not take the other ones, but it should take its own sound source. Boom. Audio source. And it should play its play function. And the third one, the same audio source, and it should play its play function. Boom. That's one thing. So now we should be able to listen to these three sounds. We also want to maybe give some feedback, because if you remember from the interaction design course, feedback is very important. It reduces the gulf of evaluation from Don Norman. So let's reduce that gulf of evaluation. Where was I? Oh yeah, we want to change the color. Do we have any more colors? Let's check out our materials. Where are the materials we just made? This project is acting. Oh, I have two material folders for some reason. Okay. Any one of them we are not using? We're not using the blue one. So let's make all of them that are chosen blue. And how do we do that? We go back again. We want another action on inter exit. Boom. So the green one on the inter exit, we're gonna take itself, and then we're gonna say, yo, how do we change material of this guy? Yeah, wait, maybe we should have the renderer of it here. Mesh renderer, material, boom. Ah, okay, there we go. Then I want to change your material to blue. But then I want to change it back to what it was when I exited. So here we can also see the hover exit. So we're going to add something here. We're going to drag this guy in here. We're going to do the same as the other one. Mesh renderer, material, and this one was the green one. So you go green. So I'm going to quickly do the same for the other one. Boom. Boom. And mesh renderer, material, mesh renderer, material, selected, go blue, unselected, go back to what to the flames, as Gandalf said. There we go, hover enter. We want to play with yourself, ding, and you should also be playing with yourself. There we go. Mesh renderer, material, mesh renderer, material again, and once again blue, and go back to red once exited. Let's see if this works. And if you have a small instrument, that actually moves and can be grabbed. So it's a very weird instrument. Whoa. First thing first, I think I forgot to shut down play on awake or whatever it's called from the audio sources. That is something. Yes, play on awake. That should be turned off because this guy will play its sound as soon as it's awake. You don't want that. And then why the fuck didn't it start? Let's have a look. I need a faster. Actually, I have faster computers than this. I should use them. Holy shit. We may need a restart.
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Have you tried sticking it up your arse?
Okay, welcome back. I really need to get some better equipment, but I think everything is working now. I need a better recording equipment as well. But yeah, let's test it. Now I have restarted the computer, updated stuff. I started recording again, then it's turned out my microphone was not working, which is my Oculus, so I restarted again. After I was doing some video, and then I deleted this stuff and had to start from beginning. But yeah, so just to give you guys an overview of what we did before we left. It's quite simple. What we did was that we took this grab interactable here. We went to its interactable events, right? And then we did some changes to hover enter and hover exit right above my head here. So what we did here is that we simply put in interactable audio file to be played once the hand is hovering on the cube here. And then we also want to change the color of the cube that is being touched to blue while it's been touched. After it's touched, we change this color on hover exit to green. So this should give us some kind of xylophone-ish play instrument thingy. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm coming here. Can you hear it? I hope you can. As you can see, it turns blue when I hover over it. It stops when I go away. And also it plays the ding, ding, ding. Oh, you can also do all kind of creative stuff with this, but this is basically it. The opportunities are limitless. But now let's some more fun with the Interactables. By more fun, I'm thinking of let's make a little gun, because lots of VR games use guns, and it's actually quite fun to shoot guns. Each time I have in my studies had children trying out some of my training applications that are boring, they would ask me afterwards, "Can we have a gun?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's give them a gun." But first, we need to create a 3D model of a gun, and you can download the gun, but I mean, a gun is basically something like this, like a handle down here and the barrel up here, right? So let's just create that. I'm gonna start by creating a game object, and I'm calling it the gun. Oh, the gunners. Let's have an Arsenal reference in here. Cool, so far so good. Then we need to create the barrel. I'm thinking the barrel should be a capsule or a cylinder. The cylinder, there we go. So you look down the cylinder. And let's try to rotate this guy 19 degrees. Then let's scale it down to 0.2, 0.2, no, on this axis, yeah, 0.2. Oh, we need to also make it a little bit longer than that. So let's make it perhaps 0.05. Let's have a long barrel. There we go. This is the barrel. Is that okay? That's okay. That's okay barrel. Then let's give it a handle. So now we have this. Let's make the thing that we want to hold on to. My audio is still working. For that, let's create a cube. And the cube is gonna be 0.1 also, 0.01 also, and then 0.01, and then we're gonna go in there. This should also be 0.01. It's a little bit. How much did I give the cylinder? I gave it 0.02. I see. And it should also be 0.02. 0.2, 0.2, and then let's place the barrel, the handle where we want it, and it's usually on this side, right? And then we have to like pull it down, and I'm thinking maybe 0. That's maybe too much. 0.2, 0.1, 0.1 is enough. Or maybe it's even too much. 0.08. That's okay gun, right? Yeah. Let's give it some color. We can use some of the colors we already have. Let's make a nice, dangerous red gun. Oh man, let's make it blue and red gun. There we go. This is a very anxiety-inducing gun. This is the most scary gun ever. Okay. So far, so good. And it's placed so that it is right over here. And now it should be, let's make it grabbable and interactable. And how do we do that? Well, XR grab interactable. See, when we add one of those into it, it will give it a rigid body, and it will give it an XR interactable. So we're gonna put in the XR interaction manager in here. Boom. Now let's see if we can grab this thing. Oh shit, this is a very small gun. Yeah. Let's make it a little bit bigger. This is not scary at all. A little bit bigger, and then we're gonna work on why it was so weird to hold on to the gun. 0.05, 0.05, and then the cube also 0.05, 0.05. Damn, this is a weird gun. Maybe actually we should make this side of it like 2.5. So now it looks a little bit more gunny. Damn, this shit is ugly. Sorry, but, this is not a course where we work with 3D modeling. Okay, how are my hands going? There we go. I guess this one looks a little bit more like a gun, but try to notice that I'm holding the gun like in the middle of everything. But I want to hold the gun in the middle of it on this blue thingy, right? That's why we designed it that way. So how do we do that? To do that, we have to work with this thingy, attach transform. This is on all objects, also on our interactables over here. On anything you create that is interactable, you can tell it when the user grabs it, where should the grab be attached, the hand should be attached to while it's being moved. And the way we do it is by creating an empty game object and call it attach point, right? Then drag that point we just created right over here, attach transform, boom. Now it's here, and where do we want it? We want it something like this on the barrel, right? Whoa, that shit zoomed out. We wanted something around here. So now let's try to see how this looks. Yep, it looks much better. It's a little bit to the left, as you can see here. So I want the attach point to go a little bit to the right. I wonder if I can move it in real time. For some reason it's not possible to move it. Okay, then we're just gonna turn it off, and I'm gonna try to move it a little bit to the right here. Boom. Maybe a little bit further down. Let's see how it looks now. Yes, there we go. A little bit better, but I mean, you guys can work on it as much as you want to make it your needs. But now we want this gun to shoot, and we want it to shoot down its barrel. As Arctic Monkey said, I see your frown, and it's like looking down the barrel of a gun and it goes off. Anyways, this is the barrel of the gun, and we want the bullets to be coming out of this part of it. How do we do that? And when do we want the bullets to be shot? Well, the XR grab interactable actually gives us what we need, the activate here. And the activate event gets activated when we press this button with the new input system and stuff that we talked about in the last videos. That we are not going to go into depth with now, but for now, let us try to write a script. So we're gonna write a nice script on our gun here, and that script is gonna be called, so I'm gonna down here in the attached component and call it the shooter script. Something. Give it a better name. That's gonna be our shooter script here. I'm gonna wait for it to be created. Boom, boom, boom. It seems I still have sound and stuff. Nothing gone wrong just yet. So let's try to code this shooting script. Boom. Now we have our script. So let's write a code to shoot the gun. And what do we need to work with? We need to work with the XR interaction toolkit to begin with, right? Because we're going to use its events, for instance. So we're going to go engine XR interaction toolkit. We're going to include that or use that in library in our project. And then what we're going to do afterwards is that what we want to shoot. We want to shoot a bullet. So that can be a game object that we're going to instantiate. And where do we going to instantiate the bullet? In the end, by the barrel of the gun. So by the end of the gun, right? So what we need is a bullet game object and where to instantiate that bullet. So we're going to create a public game object. We're going to call that our bullet. And then we're going to create a public, also I would say public, we need the position. This is not going to be a game object per se. We need a position to where we want to instantiate. So I'm going to create a transform for this one and bullet spawn position. I'm going to call it spawn position. These two are public, right? So let's shut this down and have a look, because now we should be able to create a bullet. And yeah, let me make my face smaller so you guys can actually see my stuff down here. I'm feeling too much here. Okay, I'm gonna move myself because you guys may not be able to see it. There we go. So we have the bullet here and the spawn position here. So first let's start by creating the bullet. And the bullet can be anything. You guys can like shoot coffee cups, or I don't know, shoot 3D models of your own face if you want to create a gun that shoots that. But for this one, we're gonna just shoot balls. So I'm gonna shoot spears, gonna call it bullet. And this bullet got a collider, is all good, but it also needs a rigid body. Boom. And it can use 3D, what's it called? Gravity, because then once you shoot it, it will fall down. So it's all good. Holy shit, that's big. We don't want that big of a bullet, so let's just say 0.02, 0.02, 0.02. There we go. Oh shit. Let's see how our bullet matches our gun. I would say that is a nice size bullet to come out of this gun now. Yeah, I mean, you guys can decide how big the bullet should be. Let's give the bullet a nice color. Let's make a bullet that shoots some environmental friendly green stuff out. There we go. So there we have it. This is our bullet. And let's create a prefab. Holy shit, we don't have a prefab folder in this project. Gonna right click, folder, let's create a prefab folder. Should always have a prefab folder because we just created a prefab of a bullet. Now I'm gonna delete this. The gunners. Okay, so now as you see here, this is the bullet. So my bullet should go right here. Then we want the transform position. Where should the bullet be spawned? And for that, actually, we are going to make. I mean, we should also have some visuals at where the bullet is coming out from. So I'm going to duplicate the cylinder. I'm going to make it much smaller, so also 0.05. And then I'm going to move it out here, even smaller than that, 0.01, 0.01, and 0.1. Whoa. What did I do? It's because this one is not 0.01. Maybe it should be 0.025. So it's like 0.025. God damn it. This one can be 0.01. This doesn't have to be that big. We just want something here. Then let's make it yellowish. There we go. Now this is the place where our bullet will come out of. Let's call it the gun hole. I don't have a better name, and I apparently don't know how to spell. Barrel and handle. So now we have given name to everything, and the gun hole will be our spawn position. So we're gonna put it on the spawn position. Now we have a gun that is technically ready to shoot out of its hole here. But we need to make our script understand that this is what is going to happen. And the way we do it, we need to create a script that listens for the event of the activate. This time we're going to code it. We're not going to use the GUI to make that. And then we need to make a shoot function so that it goes. So in order to make the shoot function, we're going to do it all the way out here. I'm going to call it public void bang bang, and this takes as input the activate event argument. So we want to see if the user shoot or not. So now we have our bang bang function here. What we are going to do is we're going to instantiate a new instance of our bullet prefab that we have. And in order to do that, we're going to create a new game object. We're going to call it new bullet. Here's the new bullet that is coming out of the gun. And that new bullet needs to be instantiated like this. And what should instantiate? It should instantiate the bullet that we created above. No, it's not like that. It's like this. There we go. The G has to be big. Thank you very much. So now we have a new bullet that is being instantiated. Next question is, where should the position of this new bullet that's been instantiated be? So what we're going to do is that we're going to say this new bullet that we just made, its position should be equals to our spawn position. There we go. Position. Boom. We can also actually make it say go boom. Boom. And then a spawn bullet get so what do we need now? Then we need to give it a direction. It should go somewhere. Right now it just spawns it, right? So we should take our new bullet. We should tell its rigid body to move. So we're going to play around with this rigid body and tell it that your velocity should be equal to it should be equal to the, what should we do here? So dear new bullet, your velocity should be your own velocity, so it should be still new bullet, I guess. Yeah, so it should be your own, but then facing forward. How do I do this? New bullet, doesn't it look like a, no, we have to like velocity should be in a spawn position and then forward. Yes, there we go. So this is the position we have. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. And then we also want to control the speed. What is wrong here? It's because we are not using it anywhere. Also, we need to give it an identifier, of course. There we go. That was stupid. Now it works. Okay, we need to give it a speed. Let's give it a private float bullet speed. I don't know, make it 10. We can also change it in the, if we make it serialized, we can change it in the inspector out there. Good. What do we need otherwise? Don't think we need anything else. Let's try to start shooting our gun. See if it works. Probably won't. Okay, exciting. Boop. There we go. It does not work. What have we done wrong? We have the bullet, we have this and that. And let's have a look at our script. We are not really listening for activate at all because we are not using activate at all. We need to use the grabbable interactables activate. Let's make a XR grabbable interactable and just get the component of the one that we're attached to. We're gonna call it the gun, I guess, the gun grabbable, and we tell it to get the component of whatever it is I am of the XR interactable that I'm attached to right now. So far so good. And then we want the gun grabbable to be activated. So once it is activated, it should play bang bang. Bang bang. So now we are actually listening. We could have done this by just having run the function. Alternatively, we could have just run bang bang here. So we just, if you remember, in the interactable events, you could just press plus, drag your gun in, and the function, the method we just wrote, activate that on activate, which is down here. But now we wrote it in the code so you can see how that is also possible. Let's see if it works now. Oop. Hey. Holy shit. Is it? It's like the day after drinking. There are several things wrong here. First of all my bullets stay in the scene. To make them go away. Second of all, this speed is very short, very like slow. Maybe it should not use gravity. Oops. Okay. Where is my prefab? Here's my bullet. Let's not use gravity. See if that fixes the weird. Whoa. The direction is so wrong. I'm telling it to. Also, I'm not really using my bullet speed for anything, do I? No, I don't. Time bullet speed. Okay, this is, sorry guys, this is playing around, and you guys can play around with your gun and then figure out how you like your gun to be played. Let's see if that actually give it, apply the speed now. There's also something wrong with the position that we can fix, or the direction. ROM. Oh, okay, much better, much better. Now it goes super fast. But the direction is so weird. Gun hole. Its forward position is x-axis, and I see x-axis is looking this way. Now it should come from its front. I just rotate it back to its place. And now it just looks weird, but that can be fixed. 25. Oh. Okay, what do you call it? Don't have the this is how it's gonna look. Not gonna play around with its shape and 3D model, but I just rotate its position so it goes out from its front. Oh shit, that was my screen. Oh, there we go. Whoa. It is working. It's working a little bit weird, but there are some things we need to do. First of all, we need to remove the possibility for it to, we need to destroy it. Let's destroy our bullet. So destroy the bullet. What do we call it? The new bullet. You want to destroy our new bullet and then float time, t the appropriate amount of time to delay before destroying. I don't know. 10. Okay. Now each bullet after it's alive, it gets to leave 10 seconds, or 10 amount of time. I actually don't remember how much it is, look it up. But yeah, that should help. Let's have a look. What the? This is the hardest gun in the world. The good thing is they are now disappearing. So look, this one is here and it's gone. But why is the direction all over the place? I think it's all about this gun hole of ours. I'm just gonna delete this and make it from the beginning. Let's make it spear lock and then change it to 0.02, 0.02, 0.02. Put it all the way out here, and the blue part is there, and then call it spawn push. And yeah, make it yellow. I hope this removes the weird. Maybe it's because it actually collides with this and then goes all kind of weird direction. Did I drag it? No, I didn't drag it. Oh, God damn it. Let's try to do that also. So I'm gonna turn this one off. I'm gonna press my gun. I'm gonna down, and I'm gonna drag this to my spawn position. There we go. Yeah, that fixed it. Boom. And this one doesn't have physics, that's why. Boom, 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 boom. And as you see, the guns, they disappear after 10 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds is a little bit too long. Are they disappearing? Why are not dying? Oh, it died. Okay, So there we have it. We have now created gun, interactables. I mean, what else do you guys want? You can create balls with this. You can create ball games. It's all up to you to create fun games. Finally, actually, I wanted to show you how to make ladders using this. The thing is that this XR interaction toolkit is being updated so fast. If we go into Windows Package Manager, Unity Registry, we can already see here that there is a new update that I haven't updated to. So I'm going to update this because I could see on the documentation that they actually have added ladder prefabs for us that uses exactly the stuff we have been working on with so far, the interactors, to enable climbing and stuff like that, so you guys don't have to do it from the bottom. And as a true mediologist, it's my belief that a mediologist should be a person who can make anything, and he can use the tools that are available to him or her, and doesn't need to like create everything from scratch and program everything from scratch. We have to be able to use all the codes. And this course, the purpose of this course is for you guys, to all of you, to learn how to create your own VR prototype without help from anyone, with the tools available to you, such as the interaction toolkit. And it's in the started assets, so I'm just going to also update that. I think that's a good idea. Cool. I sure as hell hope that it didn't remove some of the stuff that we have done, but it doesn't seem like it. Well, let's look. Just gonna check if everything is still working. Yeah, everything is still working. You guys can also make, of course, sound to your gun. That is a very easy way to do that, is just to make activate and then have like an audio source that will come out. So the gun can have an audio source. Audio source, oh, all the way down there. There we go. And then you can just tell it to create the boom, play some sound. And since we don't have, what is button pop? Well, we're gonna find out. Then we're gonna say on activate, boom, play this sound. So now you have a sound for your gun. And I have no idea what button sound is. It's something probably from the, yeah. See? There we go. Yeah. Now we have updated all of this. Let's see if we can find the ladders and stuff here. XR interaction toolkit, starter asset. Is it here? Climb. Boom. See, there's a ladder. Let's place the ladder here. There's even a climbing wall. Let's place the climbing wall here. I hope they work. But as you see, left side, right side is nothing, but then we have the handles. And the handles are interactable affordance state providers that we can look up. I think also we may need a climb something here. Yeah, climb provider. And the climb provider we need a locomotion system. So because it's moving the user, it's kind of a locomotion. So we need to add that. Let's see if this works. I mean, see how quickly we could add climbing to our code, to our game. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is scary. I think, hey, look at this. Woo, hoo, 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 wow. then the climbing wall also. I mean, you guys can break this down and use its stuff to create your own climbing interactions. But I think this is it for this one, and we are all good. And I hope that all my recordings have audio, so I can put them together, because it went wrong when I restarted once. Yeah, but other than that, looking forward to seeing you in real time, and looking forward to see whatever grabbable applications you guys will create. Thank you. See you. Bye.